You can do 99 things right, but you tend to focus on the one thing you do wrong. I don't know why that is. I don't know what it is about us that just makes us focus on the things we do wrong or the negativity, but it's wired into me, whether it's towards yourself or whether it's towards other people. Everybody kind of has their different way that they got to work on it. For me, the one part that I kind of see where it's rooted at is I've been an athlete most of my life. I've also been a coach for like the last 14 years. And so a big part of coaching is you want to help your players get better. And one of the ways you do that is you point out the things they're doing wrong so they can get better. If I see a kid doing it right, me telling him you're doing it right, he can't really improve too much. But if I see a kid doing something wrong, there's a ton of room for growth to come from here to here and get to that level. And so I have it kind of wired into me to look for what's wrong, point out what's wrong, and then try and show you how to do it correctly. Now, I'm not saying that's the way it should be, where I only look at the wrong thing and tell you how to do it right. That's a bad tendency. One example, a kid couldn't, in football, DN, maintain outside leverage, contain the outside. He could do it 10 times perfectly well. But the 11th time when he doesn't do it and the other team gets a 25-yard gain, I'm going to pull that kid out, or I'm going to yell at him and be like, come on, you got to maintain the outside. I would never have complimented the other 10 attempts where he did a great job, or he did what he was supposed to do. I got to work on that. That's something I got to work on. It's kind of been wired into me for years, and I'm finally getting a little bit more reflective thanks to my wife, who's making me more aware of my flaws, that I just tend to focus on what's wrong and rarely do I compliment what's right. And I got to work on that. I got to get better at that. I got to give kids credit when they're doing a good job. I got to give my own kids, my students, my athletes, everybody, like, I have to improve in that area. And maybe you got to do that with other people. Maybe you got to do that with yourself. Maybe you have to improve at just giving a compliment here and there. I'm not going to lie to you, man. Like, I feel bad sometimes when it's like, it's just not natural. Like, when people give me a compliment, I'm like, okay, here comes a joke. Here comes something. Because you can't just say a compliment just to say it. I do this with myself too, because, I go to the gym. I wake up at 4 a.m, get to the gym by 4:15, swim for an hour, shower up, do everything, be good to go for the day by 6:15. And the one thing was like, man, that workout wasn't that good. That wasn't that great. I could have done better. I could have went harder. I don't know what's wrong with me. It's like, I don't give myself credit for getting up at 4, which 99% of people don't do, right? Go to the gym, work out, and do the butterfly. I don't know how many of you can do the butterfly, but trust me, it's one of the hardest swims you could ever do, especially at 275 pounds. And to swim for an hour? But no, I don't focus on the things I do right. I just focus on what I didn't do well or what wasn't great. And I got to get better at that. I got to forgive myself. I got to let it slide. We got to get better. And some of us, it's just been wired into us. We've been programmed and we don't even realize why we do certain things. And I'm slowly becoming aware. I got a story for you. Might kind of frustrate you. Warning. One of my buddies played for a great high school in football. And at the end of the year, they're having the award ceremony, and he got I think he got lineman of the year. And so he was the offensive lineman, got lineman of the year, did a great job. They had a great year that year. And everybody's telling him, good job, way to go, way to go. And finally, at the end of it, his dad comes up to him like, maybe if you worked a little bit harder, you could have got the team MVP. And when he told me that story, man, I was mad for him. Now, he was telling me this as an adult, so it was a long time, but you could just still tell that scar it still hurt, man. And it hurt me just to hear the story. I was like, why would a dad do that? And it took me years to figure out that there's some old school masculinity thing, super macho thing that I don't even know, but it goes along the thinking of, I can never give you a compliment, because if I give you a compliment, you're going to get cocky, you're going to get a big head, and then you're going to stop working hard, you're going to get lazy. So I can never give you a compliment. And that's the root of all that. I don't know where that comes from or who justified that, but I just want to say that's junk, man. We got to be able to give compliments. Like I said, never giving a compliment, always giving a compliment. Both of them are probably too extreme. You got to meet somewhere in the middle, man. So the main thing is, give yourself credit when you do things wrong. Like, focus on 3 or 4 things you do right before you focus on the one thing you did wrong, whether it's towards yourself or whether it's towards other people. Like I said, you can do 99 things right. You tend to focus on the one thing you did wrong. You can accomplish anything you want as long as you want to sacrifice and do the work. I believe in you. Go get it.